Welcome to another edition of the Big Bike Parts Media Channel. Today we're going to be discussing a brand new item offered by Showchrome Accessories for the 2012 Honda Goldwing. This item that you see laid out on the table is going to be the trailer wire harness for 5-wire trailer setups. This will not be able to be used on a 4-wire setup. There's 6 wires that you will need to run to different locations. The green wire will go to the negative of the battery. The red fused wire will go to the positive of the battery. Your 2-pin male and female connectors will be run between the seat up into the trunk lid and will be plugged in there. Your 5 wires will be ran between the trunk as well as the saddlebag, running to the bottom of your saddlebag fender. This is where you're going to hook up your chosen 5-pin wire adapter. Your 3-pin male-female adapter will be wired up underneath the seat in a clear boot that you will need to remove one of the relays and reinstall the relay into this kit. We're going to go through each individual step of this particular product now on the 2012 Honda Goldwing. Alright, now we're on to the actual installation of this part. We've already pre-removed our heated seat, which your plug-in is right here, which we've removed. We've removed the left side cover to gain access to the battery. The first and foremost thing you're going to want to do is disconnect the power cable going to your battery utilizing your regular screwdriver. You're going to have 2 wires at this point that need to be routed to the back of the bike. We've already pre-routed them, and you can see we have our relay block here, and our wires are neatly zip tied in. The 2 wires you're going to run to the back is you have a 2-pin male and 2-pin female connectors here that we ran up into the trunk. You're going to take and follow the wire harness underneath the frame rail into the back of the trunk, following the wires that go right up the left-hand side of the bike as you're sitting on it into the trunk. And you're also going to have your 5-pin connection harness that's going to go to your trailer wire adapter of your choice. This is going to be routed between the trunk and the saddlebag, right between the gap here. When you remove the back tail light of the Goldwing, you're going to be able to see the light coming right straight through it. We're now going to go to the next step of the installation, which is in the trunk, where we're going to hook up the 2-pin male and 2-pin female connectors. Alright, we're on to the next section of the installation, which is in the trunk. We've already uninstalled the 15 screws that hold the trunk lid in place and removed the locking mechanism. Now you've already routed the wires from the underneath side of your seat up through the side, following the wire harness that is currently on the bike. You can now take the wires and pull them between your trunk lid and the passenger back seat. You can remove or loosen that screw to allow more room. Pulling them up through. Your first connection that you're going to do is going to be a male connector. It is going to be the green with white, or green with yellow stripe, excuse me. It's going to be a male connector going into your white female connector up underneath the trunk lid. This is going to be running a brake light. Your turn signal light is going to come from your green and your brown wire, which you're going to take your male 2-pin connector and plug it into the female 2-pin connector. This is the only hookup that you need to do in the trunk. Once this is done, you can go ahead and reinstall your trunk wire or trunk lid, as well as the wire harness for your locking mechanism. The next step, we're going to go down to the saddlebag so you can see where the wires will actually be routed out from on the saddlebag. Okay, the next part, or the next portion of this installation is going to be where you have routed the wires between the trunk and the saddlebags from the rear seat area. There's 2 acorn nuts on each side of this light that will need to be removed, which we've already pre-removed this. Pushing from the back side of the nut, or on the bolt, to pull this out. You also have to have a wire. There'll be a wire right here that you will have to unhook as you pull this through. We've also pre-removed the 4 Allen head bolts. There's 2 in the bottom and 2 right up here that hold this rear fender portion in place. This is just going to make it easier to where you can run the wires safely down the back of the motorcycle. There's 5 wires on this particular kit. One of them is going to run to running, 1 to brake, 1 to left turn, 1 to right turn, and 1 to the ground. We do not include the adapter for this, as it is something that you're going to have to choose or pick out which adapter you want to go with and which best fits your trailer. Once you get this done, you can leave these hanging, not to leave too much, but enough that you can have the slack from your trailer wire harness to plug into this. Once you got to this area, you can then reassemble the 2 items you removed and then go back to the underneath side of the motorcycle seat to do the rest of the installation. Alright, the final connection of this trailer wire harness is going to be made underneath the seat. You see we've got the wires neatly routed as well as zip tied into position. We're now going to take our trailer relay harness or trailer relay block and position it down in here. where it's going to gain easy access if you ever need to go back and open the seat again. You have a 3-pin male and a 3-pin female connector that we plugged up in here into a clear boot that has a red connection and a clear connection with the black relay. You're first going to have to remove the black relay, which is a male connector, and plug it into the female connector of our wire harness. The female connector here will then need to be plugged into the male connection, which you just removed the relay from. The next 2 wires that will have to be ran is your green wire and your red wire. Green is going to go to ground, red is going to be your fuse link going to your power source. This unit is a plug-and-play unit that most individuals can install on a Saturday afternoon with relatively no issues. If you do have questions or concerns in the product line, I do encourage you to check out our dealer locator section on our website, which is www.bigbikeparts.com, or you can also communicate directly with us at 888-BIG-BIKE. Thank you for watching, and safe riding.